company that we have chosen for this project paper is the Apple Inc. Apple Inc. is a leading multinational company that specializes in manufacturing computer software and consumer electronics. Let's take a look at the history of Apple Inc. In 1976, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne founded Apple Inc. and introduced Apple's first computer, the Apple I. Soon in 1978, the Apple II was introduced and the company went public in 1980. In 1984, Apple made the Macintosh computer, which sold over 70,000 units soon after it was made. However, shortly thereafter, a power struggle arose and Jobs was forced out of his own company. Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997 and introduced the iMac when he became the CEO of Apple Inc. Jobs and Apple began introducing new innovative products one at a time. The iPod was released in 2001 and consequently the iPhone in 2007. Eventually, Steve Jobs resigned from Apple Inc. in August 2011.
Here we talk about the external and internal environment of the company. Internal environment consists of the strengths and weaknesses of the company. Apple's strengths include launching innovative products such as Macintosh and Apple iPod. Also, Apple that has strong brand recognition because the product iPhone was used for a long time without internal problems. Besides, Apple's weaknesses include limited distribution network that is due to the company's strategy of exclusivity. Also, Apple's products are incompatibility with third-party accessories and software. On the other hand, external environment consists of the company's opportunities and threats. The rising use of mobile access is an opportunity to the growth of the company's revenue. Also, Apple may explore new product lines that can offer new or cheaper products. Hence, this increases the growth of international market. The threats include counterfeit products, where illegal dealers sell Apple products with low quality at the same price as the original. Threats also includes the trade disputes between the US and China, in which US government imposed higher tariffs on imports from China.
The generic competitive strategy used by Apple Inc. is broad differentiation strategy. Apple Inc. elected the advanced features and capability of the product and service as a basis of its competitive advantage. Apple features are user-centric that help to bridge the gaps that are unseen or unaddressed by the competitor. Apple Inc. owns its manufacturer, controls manufacturing, follows extremely strict software standards, and runs its own store. This allows Apple Inc. to control the entire process of product development, manufacturing, and marketing. True, the product of Apple Inc. has higher quality compared to the product of other competitors. Apple Inc. has also developed its own operating systems such as iOS, macOS, iPadOS to strengthen the Apple ecosystem. This operating system can integrate with each other and enable Apple devices and software be easily synchronized and work well together.
Now we move on to how to strengthen the company's competitive positioning. Apple can strengthen their positioning by pursuing continuous innovation to draw sales and market. By introducing innovative products such as iPod, iPhone, and iTunes, Apple was doing very well, with their iTunes even surpassing Walmart, who was the top music provider at that time. This shows that Apple can attract attention with the new innovations, which can strengthen the company's position. Another way is by adopting and improving the existing system. By accepting criticism, Apple is able to solve the issues of their users. Another way is by introducing more features to their devices. How to compete in the international market. One of the biggest ways is by designing a better customer experience. Element from purchasing process allows the customers to experience the products before using it. Moreover, Apple customers who often upload YouTube videos of unboxing their new products will also affect the market of Apple. By doing so, Apple will get free promotion by their own customers. Apple will also no longer need to be in charge of their own marketing, as the advancement in technology has led them to the opportunity. Hence, it will enable Apple to compete stronger in the international market. The closed system is one of the key concerns of Apple. This is because a closed system is a tightly controlled system. The closed nature of Apple systems ends up forcing them to be inclusive in many different types of industry, which no doubt leaves the company to forego certain parts of their production. It also explained that there will be more innovation by their competitors such as Samsung. As Apple are too focused on many other aspects of the system, Samsung is able to focus solely on their devices as they do not need to worry about the system use. The solution for this is not to abandon the system, but instead try to add more value and be innovative. As a closed system, it will mean software such as cloud will be important for them. One way they can go about is by using the best cost provider strategy. They can try to reduce the price set for the iCloud storage by 3 to 5 ringgit. Another way for Apple to add more value is by diversifying by doing joint ventures. For an example, Apple can collaborate with Volkswagen. The phones will automatically adjust to the Volkswagen car and the devices will go into driving mode. This also reduces the risk of an accident. As such, Apple is able to add more value into the system while also caring for their users.
Apple was once a leader in world innovation. However, the success didn't stop until the changes of CEO in 2011. Apple only made a small improvement and differentiation from its previous product. This made Apple's competitors such as Samsung and Google take over the leading of global innovation. This can be seen from the introduction of 3-way facing camera in iPhone 11 Pro. The introduction of the camera actually has been done previously by Samsung Galaxy A9 and Huawei P30. For smartwatch, Samsung and Google has first introduced their smartwatch earlier than Apple. You can see that Apple only tries to catch up with their rivals and not trying to innovate new things on their own. As for the solution, Apple need to create fresh new ideas in order to make a comeback as the world leader in innovation by using 3 levels of innovating. Apple have to develop ideas that not yet created by their rivals, other than improve functions that have been created by others. Apple should focus more on the need of their consumer and create something that cannot be resisted and the functions that cannot be done by others. And therefore, Apple can solve their problems in innovation.
With the increasing development of mobile phone functionality, adding new hardware functions will inevitably increase the battery power consumption of mobile phones. In order to maintain the battery life of mobile phones at the same time, most manufacturers will replace batteries with larger capacity for mobile phones to offset the power consumption generated by new functions. But Apple didn't do it. Next, the camera pixels of Android phones are increasing rapidly, while Apple phones are still improving slowly. Apple can also take advantage of the excellent software optimization of its iOS system. Compared with Android devices, the biggest advantage of iPhone is its system. iOS not only brings a smoother experience, but also does better in power control. Its system can not only reduce the power consumption, but also optimize the shooting function. With the support of excellent hardware and iOS perfect optimization, iPhone will surely have a better development.
Moving to the leadership of Apple, as Tim Cook became CEO in 2011, the leadership style changed from autocratic into democratic and quiet leadership. Critics condemn Cook for lack of bigger ambition and diversity. This is because, under Tim Cook, Apple has been cautious to enter new product category, inability to innovate Apple, and paucity of women in management. Compared to their competitor Samsung, Samsung exercised two top leadership, where it combined the strength of top management to maintain the dependability in management even when the teams are changed. With this kind of leadership style, Samsung went from no-name company to a world-class corporation in the second millennium. Moving to Microsoft, the growth mindset of know-it-all to learn-it-all has won the culture. With that as part of Satya Nadella's strategy, Microsoft became the world's fourth most valuable company. In sum, Tim Cook may not have that ambition and vigor just like Steve Jobs have, but with the leadership that Apple needs, Apple may stay as America's #1 admired company again. The industry in which Apple Inc. operates is always evolving. To be successful, Apple Inc. needs an ambitious leader who can address the strategy to create competitive advantage and invest in R&D to stay relevant in the industry.